In this video, I'm going to show you how you can use the treat as function in DAX in order to create calculations between multiple unrelated tables. I'm going to show you how you can write it step by step, and we're also going to compare it with the use relationship DAX function and also when to use one or the other. All of that and more. So without further ado, let's get started. Hi, my name is Fernan and welcome to the Solutions Abroad YouTube channel, where I focus on teaching beginners the wonderful world that is Power BI. I upload new videos every week, so make sure you hit that subscribe button and the bell icon to get notified when a new one is out. So before we get into the video, a bit of context. A couple of weeks ago, I created a video about use relationship and how you can use it to deal with multiple date tables within your data sets. And when I published that video, I got a really interesting comment about a different function that you can use, which does the same thing, except that it doesn't need any relationships between these two tables at all. So I decided I wanted to explore what it does, and what I found blew my mind. So I want to show you what I found. So here's the HR analytics dashboard that we created during my live stream. If you haven't seen it yet, go check it out. But essentially here, to show you the data model itself, we have an employees table and we have a couple of relationships between the dates on the calendar table and between the start date and end date. We do that because we have a couple of measures. So we have the starters here and the leavers, which does the same thing, except that you toggle which relationship you want to use to calculate this count. So this count just does the count, except that you get to choose which relationship you want to use. And using the use relationship function like this allows us to show the starters and leavers in the same axis. But what I found is that you can get the exact same result without having to create any inactive relationships or any type of relationship between these two tables at all. So let me show you how you can do that, right? So let's start by just removing these inactive relationships, so I can demonstrate to you exactly what I'm talking about. And we want to do the same thing. So we want to get these starters and leavers, but we want to do it without having any relationships between the calendar table and the employees table. So this is where we use the treat as function. So let's go back to our report view. Let's create a new page here. So you'll see it's already giving us an error saying that there is no relationship between these two. So that's absolutely fine. Let's just delete these. We'll just create some new ones. Delete. So let's start by creating a new measure. We will start with the starters, and they'll pretty much look exactly the same. And then we'll start typing treat as. So treat as treats the column of the input table as column from other tables. For each column, filters out any values that are not present in its respective output column. So it kind of sounds a little bit confusing, but let's stick with what we know, right? So just follow me for now and then I'll explain to you what's happening. So let's put it in a calculate. We want to do the count of employees, so we already have that, and all that does is it does a count of IDs in the employees table. We do a comma, and in our filter context we'll put the treat as a filter context here. So now it asks for an expression, and it asks for an expression and a column name. So from here, we want to add two things. So we want to add the expression, and here we would put the date. But because it asks for an expression, we need to put it in a function that returns a column. So we will put it in a values function, and think about the relationship you want to create. You want to compare the dates in the calendar table and then the end date from your employees table. So here we will put the dates. Actually, we'll put the date from the calendar, and then we'll put a comma and we will put the start date here from the employees. We'll close this treat as, and that actually we have the close for the calculate. And let's just organize this a little bit just so that you can see clearly what we're trying to do, because it's starting to get a little bit messy. So I'm doing a Alt Enter and a tab, Alt Enter and a tab, and then from here we do Alt Enter and a tab. And actually that goes there. So this is for that, I believe. Yeah, exactly. So now let's break this down a little bit, right? So what it does at the beginning is it does the normal count. So it counts the number of employees that we have. But then what it does in the filter context is it creates a virtual table that uses the start date and the calendar date, so whatever's existing in these two values, as a virtual table to use as a filter context for our count of employees. And if I hit enter, so what it does is it does exactly the same thing as the original function that we had, except that it didn't need any relationship at all in the model. It is absolutely insane how it works. So let me show you. So if I visualize it now by year, I'll put in axis. So you see that it shows us the number of starters per year, and this was generated without having to create any relationship at all. So let's do the same thing, just so that I show you that I'm not going crazy. Let's copy this and let's create a new measure for levers, right? And we will copy and do the exact same thing, except that we want to use the end date as part of our filter context. So if I hit enter, and now we have the levers, and now you will see that it gives us those values exactly like it normally would with a use relationship, except that this didn't need any relationships at all, which is crazy. And just to verify that it's doing exactly what we think it's doing, let's put a table right next to this and see if we can filter it, right? So let's put the first name, their start dates and end dates, and I think we need to put the starters and levers, just so that we are able to filter by this context. So if we click 2017, for example, starters, you'll see that it shows us the 285 people that have started that year. Let's try to do a smaller number, maybe 2021. So you see everybody that started and left that year. So you see we have 12 people started, and then the levers 19. So it's exactly what we have, and it looks just about correct from this table. So now let's go back to the measure that we created and let's try to break it down just so that we understand exactly what's going on, right? So let's go back to the starters. So we explained that obviously this kind of works exactly like the use relationship, but what it is so in this it's treated as a filter context, but what it is actually it's a virtual table that we create here. And because it's a table, it's a virtual table, we can create a table just to see how it looks like. And this was the treat as for the starters. So what does this virtual table look like? So what it is one column. At the moment, that's how we use it, but you can have multiple columns that has all the values that exist between these two values that we have here. So the calendar table and the employees table. So you'll see, although we have a lot of dates in the date table, you don't really have all of the dates here. So it only returns to you the row values that exist between the date table and the calendar table. And that's what the count of employees use as a reference when it does the count on your functions and your measures. So what it does is that this treat as acts as a kind of filter context for your count of employees. So it's only really counting the number of IDs on those specific dates that are on the start date. So that's why you're able to get just the starters when you have it as a treat as filter context within your calculate. And that's essentially how you can calculate between two unrelated tables in Power BI using treat as. Now that you know how to use treat as in DAX, now let's talk about the difference between the use relationship function. Now, using either use relationship or treat as are both perfectly valid options when it comes to kind of joining or calculating multiple tables together. Now, what it really comes down to is the necessity to your model. Now, for example, if you have two tables and you, for some reason, because of how you built your model, you can't be creating a relationship between these two tables. Now, this treat as route gives you the alternative way of doing that without having to create that relationship at all. Now, consequently, if you want to show that there is a relationship between two different tables in your model, or that you require a relationship between these two models, probably a better route for you would be using the use relationship. And that's because treat as doesn't really work the same way, or it won't work at all, especially if you have an active relationship or inactive relationship between two tables. And that's really it for this video. I hope it helped you understand the difference between the treat as and use relationship, and also when to use one or the other. Leave a like on this video if it helped you. It's the best way to let me know that you enjoy this type of content. Get in touch using the social media links that I included in the description box below. And thank you so much for watching, guys. See you again on the next one.